I don't give up. Okay, this is John Hope Bryan. I'm live. Just got back in Atlanta from California. Thus the garb that I'm wearing. So excuse me for being casual. This is my travel wear. And John Hope Bryan, founder, chairman, CEO of Operation Hope, and also Bryant Group Ventures, and author of How the Poor Can Save Capitalism, Rebuilding the Path of the Middle Class, a bestseller, and Love Leadership, The New Way of Leading a Fear-Based World, also a bestseller. So what's going on with the signals? This is the third time I'm on tonight. Hello, everybody. I see you signing on. Is I've got this concrete grade bunker in my office that's great for a lot of security, but it's really crappy for internet connection. So it works everywhere in the world. But this sort of military grade studio I've got that's portable, it works every place else, but it doesn't really work very well in my home office. So we just keep trying. Trevor and David, who work for me, keep trying to perfect this. So please give them some patience. Hey, Crystal and Mary and Brandy signing on, and Henry and Renee signing on, and John Rutherford Seidel. I love you, man. It's a great dude. He's going to help change the world and save the environment. Carnita Wilson signing on from Indiana. And so we've got the group signing on to this topic. Let me jump into this. Where are jobs going and why? And then introducing the Uber economy. I was going to do these videos separately, but something happened tonight from the airport, and I want to combine them now because I got frustrated at the airport. Okay, so let me jump into this. I just was on a flight from LA to Atlanta. Hello, by the way, Hope, Tiffany, and Lowo. Sorry, that's certainly from South Africa. I'm sure I butchered the name. Derek Witcher, Marvin Johnson, Virgil Bradford, Will Huffins. People have asked me, hey, Kim from Pittsburgh, to acknowledge people, yes, but also to carve out a section in the middle where I'm just talking to you, and then do the rest on the back end where I will acknowledge you in comments. So just so I can say, focus on this, I'm going to jump into it and respect people's time because we have limited time together. Okay, so where are jobs going and why? Well, as I've put in my Facebook page, there are reports that 40% of jobs, up to 40% of all jobs, will go away by 2025. Up to 40% of all jobs, poof, existing jobs are going to disappear by 2045, and there will be a creation of a new economy and new sorts of jobs, a lot of them requiring skills and technology and know-how, which is why I'm encouraging everybody to gain a skill now in the next 10 years because being a generalist will be less viable in the next few years. But part of the reason that I'm going to say today that jobs are going away have nothing to do with technology, nothing to do with China, nothing to do with India, nothing to do with global competition. Sometimes jobs are going away because of horrible customer service. Okay? So what I'm about to say is not about racism or bias or wealth gap or the 1% or global competition. No. Sometimes jobs just go away and walk away from our community because we give crappy customer service. Have you ever experienced what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Just people who don't like people. Okay? And if you don't like people, you should not be in the customer service business. You should go find another job. Yes, exactly. Go find another job. Quit. Don't give an entire race of people a bad reputation because you don't like your job or you don't like people. Okay, if you don't like people, go work behind a computer. And by the way, this is a cruel joke because the computer is going to actually replace the folks that I had an issue with tonight. Let me tell you what happened, and let me tell you how they're going to be replaced. And unfortunately, in this particular example, for good reason. Now, I love my community. I love seeing my people working. I love seeing anybody working. White people, Latino people, Asian people, Indian people, black people, brown people. But I really like, given my work, I really like seeing black folks working. As you know, I love black folks. My mother, Juanita Smith, you gonna get married again? Yeah, I'm gonna get married, maybe. But to who? A BMW. What's a BMW? Isn't that a car? No, a black man working. Okay? My mother, Juanita Smith, ain't playing. So I love seeing black folks working, right? So I walk up into the Atlanta airport restaurant. It's a chicken restaurant. I shouldn't be eating chicken. I shouldn't be eating fast food, but I was hungry and I wanted to give some business to the local franchise. I don't want to mention their name, but I want to jam them up. I may before the broadcast is over. And I go up to this counter, four sisters behind the counter. I stand there for like 2 minutes. Nobody says a word to me. I mean, not boo, not hello, not go away. I'm still waiting to make an order. So lady finally lifts her head from up. Oh, hey, what do you want? I like to order. Okay, I like to order 2 dishes. Okay, fine, great. So do you want, what do you want as your sides? What I'd like to have, blah and blah. Okay, or corn on the cob, and in this particular example, mashed potatoes and gravy. And yes, I know this is not the best for me, and I normally eat healthy, and I work out every day. I'm in good shape, so I was going to carve myself a break just this one time to fill myself with cholesterol and stuff that'll explode my veins. But I wanted to eat this food, and I wanted to support the business. All right. So, by the way, it's Popeyes. So I tell the lady what I want, and she says for both dishes, yes, for both dishes. All right. Go to the counter. Okay, then the lady behind the cashier, obviously not paying attention, says, now what did you order? I ordered the number whatever and blah, blah, blah. And here's what came with it. Repeating myself. Okay, so now they hand me, 2, one order for me, one order for Webster who drives me. They order me 2 stacks of, orders. I've got my bags with me, so I said, well, can I have a bag? The lady looks at me and says, well, I guess, and pulls a bag up and hands it to me. Now I've got my credit card in one hand and the food in the other, and I got to pull my luggage like I don't have a third hand. And so versus her opening it for me, she just sort of stands there. I said, well, can you open it for me? And she said, no, I can't. she said no. And she hands me the bag. I put down my stuff, calmly opens the bag, put the stuff in it, right? And then and she takes my money and I leave. Well, then I said, well, by the way, where are my drinks? I ordered 2 waters. I figured to be a little healthy. I drink water, and I forced Webster to drink water. So the lady just says she walked away from me. She didn't even say thank you or just boo. Just walked away to do something else. And finally, she says, well, she points. I'm like, well, I don't do sign language, at least not fluently. What does that mean? Oh, the water's over there. It's in the counter. Get it yourself. Okay, for all of our problems, right? For all of our problems and all the biases against us, for all the people who are rooting for your success, why would we snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory? Why would we snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory? Why would we root for our own success? Why would we, for all of God's glory, and for all that Dr. King and Andrew Young and Dr. Dorothy Height did and all these heroes and sheroes did to set ourselves free and give us a self-determination, why in God's name would we go get a job and then be lousy at it? Intentionally rude. No, not rude, just disconnected. They just didn't care. They just didn't care. Okay? It was obvious they're like, I want to go home. Well, you're going to go home sooner than you think, okay? But it's not going to be voluntarily. So clearly they're making it clear, I don't care about this job. It's not personal. I don't care about you. I'm just here for a paycheck. Okay, here's what's going to happen. I've already said and by the way, I go to Webster, get in the car, give him the stuff. Do you know they got the sides wrong? And I'm sorry, they didn't give me the sides. They gave me 1 set, not 2, so I paid for something I didn't get. And they gave me the wrong ones. How badly can you screw this up? I mean, snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory, rearranging the deck chairs in the Titanic. The ship is sinking, and we're picking drapes. Okay? So luckily I have a sense of humor, and luckily I understand these are high-class problems. I'm not mad at them. Look, I feel sorry for them. They're lost. They're tired. And when you're tired, you're doing something you don't love. When you don't love something, you get exhausted. You wake up exhausted. You go to work exhausted. You take your break. You go to sleep on your on your desk. You angry. You're irritable. You snap at everybody. You snap at your kids. You snap at your husband and your wife. You just don't like your life. So I understand that this had nothing to do with me. But I'm not concerned about me in this example. I'm concerned about them. And these were young people, by the way. These were young people who shouldn't be tired. Okay? No. Rosa Parks should be tired. Okay? Your mama and your daddy should be tired. There are people, and Mr. and Mrs. Seidel, my man Seidel, your parents had a right to be tired. Ted Turner, your grandfather, has a right to be tired, right? By the way, everybody gives some love to Seidel's grandfather, Ted Turner, who gave us CNN and 24-hour News was watching today. I mean, look, there's a lot of folks who have a right to be tired. They work their tail off. In fact, I got a right to be tired. I just dealt with going to LA board meetings and staff meetings for Operation Hope all day, started at 7 in the morning, ended at 10 o'clock at night, then had 2 fire alarms in the middle of the night, had to go down 25 flights of stairs at 3:30 in the morning, go back to sleep, get waking up again, then have to go to a breakfast meeting at 8:30, and then finish that day at 11 o'clock at night, wake up the next day, another fire alarm, and have to haul myself into the car, go to the airport, take this long flight where I'm working on the flight, and get off the flight. All I want is a meal, right? And I can't even get that. Just give me a smile. Please, just smile at me. Here's what's going to happen to these young people. You heard it here first. That person is going to be replaced by a computer. You're going to see a box with 5 or 10, because we don't want to deal with this drama. They don't want to deal with your attitude. They don't want to deal with the HR complaints. They don't want to deal with you quitting on the job. They don't. In other words, you working, but you really quit on the job because you don't want to work. You come in late. You got a bad attitude. You want to leave early for lunch. Then you complain about whatever. But you're not doing a good job. You're not contributing. So your employer can't wait to get rid of you anyway. Now, so which means if you want to succeed, you got to end late. You can't have an in late, long lunch, leave early mentality. You cannot say I'm going to be in late, I'm going to have a long lunch, I'm going to leave early. No, you got to show up early, stay late, work your tail off, and understand that only in the dictionary does the word success come before the word work. Only in the dictionary does the word success come before the word work because it's alphabetical. Everybody else, including everybody watching this video, has to work their tail off to be successful. I work 18 hours a day to keep from getting a job. Okay? That's called an entrepreneur. I have to raise $100,000 a day for Operation Hope. That's my nonprofit, including writing checks myself sometimes to pay bills because Operation Hope can't afford to. That's how much I love you and love my community. So all I wanted was a chicken meal. That's all I wanted. I'm going to work out tomorrow morning. I'm going to work it off. I just wanted them to give me a smile. Tell me your generation was worth all of us sacrificing, and all I get is attitude. Well, so here's what's going to happen. You're not helping your case. You're not giving people a reason to want to keep you around, which is personality and charisma and love and joy and customer service and a smile and going the extra mile and come and just that human condition. No. You've taken humanity to the depths of non-value, and now there's going to be a box sitting on that counter. And that box won't have a personality. And that box won't give me any drama. And that box will give me my drink automated. And that box I'll push 3 and I'm going to get the burger. And I'm going to push this, I'm going to get the right seasoning. I'm going to push that and I'm going to get the exact combination of sides that I want. And without me asking, it's going to give me a bag, right? And it may even open the bag so I can put the stuff in the bag because it'll be automated and efficient. And they're going to have no complaints, no HR issues. They're going to have no drama. They're going to have not 4 or 5 people working at that place. They're going to have 2, maybe 1, just to make sure the machines don't break down. And that's going to happen all over this country. It's actually going to happen all over the world. So if you don't have an education, if you drop out of high school, if you don't want to work, if you got a bad attitude, you're in trouble. Don't blame it on the white man. Don't blame it on the black man. Don't blame it on no man. Don't blame it on the fact you don't have a daddy or a mama. Don't blame it on the Indians. Don't blame it on the Asians. Don't blame it on racism. Don't blame it on sexism. Don't blame it on the government. Don't blame it on... You can't even blame that one on Donald Trump. Okay? And you can blame a lot of stuff on Donald Trump. Okay? It's just incivil. But this one is on us. If you can't get up and work hard and come to life with a contributing attitude, you deserve what you get. I'm not sorry for the folks behind that counter. Everybody worked to get them there. All they have to do is do what they promised. give me a smile and give me a bag and give me the right options. And maybe, just maybe, when I see the owner of that franchise, which I know, and if I don't know him, Andrew Young, my mentor, Ambassador Young knows, we can say, hey, they did a great job. You should give them a promotion, give them a rate, make sure that they, in other words, you never know who you're meeting. Maybe I would just offer you a job myself, but all I want to do is get away from you because you're toxic. Okay. So that's where jobs are going. Yes, competition, and yes, technology and all that stuff. But sometimes we just throw it away because we have a bad attitude, and then we want to defend people with bad attitudes. No, you got to call it for what it is. Unacceptable. So when you get somebody who gives you bad service, for the sake of the race, you got to call it out. Because we cannot be mediocre. You can't be black for a living, Latino for a living, Asian for a living. You got to be good for a living. Whoever you are, you better deliver some value to society. So live your life 8 to 10. 1 to 5 is mediocrity. The Bible suggests be hot or be cold. If you're lukewarm, I'll spat you out. Translation, even God doesn't like mediocrity. That's biblical. 5 to 7, ladies, that's the guy you date, but you don't marry. Guys, 5 to 7, lady you see in the club, she's pretty, but her credit score stinks. She don't know how to be a homemaker. She don't know how to take care of no kids, right? She thinks kids are trinket. So women, you need to check the brother's credit. Women, dudes, you need to make sure that you look at the girl's parents, make sure that she knows how to parent and to be a contributing person of the society, or that she has a career. Because everybody today it's a level playing field. Women and men, in fact, women are really in many ways clocking men on careers and aspirations. So it is not a foregone conclusion that the woman's going to take care of the kids and the guy's going to work. It might be even Steven, or the woman may be clocking the income and the guy's taking care of the kids. But whoever you're going to marry or hook up with, make sure that they are contributing. Otherwise, I guarantee you, the number one reason you're going to fight over is money. Number one cause of divorce in America is money. Number one cause for domestic abuse is money. Number one cause for heart attacks, so says the American Heart Association, is stress. Number one cause for stress is money. So live your life, not 1 to 5. 1 to 5 is mediocrity. Don't do that. 5 to 7 is the dude you date, woman you date, but you don't marry. Have fun, but let it go. Leave it there. Okay? And 8 to 10 is excellence. Not black excellence, Latino excellence, Asian excellence, white excellence. It's just excellence. You want to live your life 8 to 10. Now, the future. What do I keep telling you? Have an entrepreneurship mentality. Over to round it to it. You want to get through it. No matter what's going on, you're going to evolve. You're going to make sure that you can win. So I want you may not be an entrepreneur, but I want you to have an entrepreneurial mindset, because the new economy will in part be an Uber economy. What do I mean by that? I mean that there was a time that if you wanted to drive a car, you would go get a car service license, or you would be a taxi medallion, cost you $100,000 in New York City. And you knew taxis because they were yellow and there was some guy who didn't stop when you raised your hand, right, in New York. Today, anybody watching this can go make some extra money with your car, and with a decent driving record and with decent insurance. You can become an Uber driver and create some income for yourself. I know an Ethiopian dude in Denver that drives me that's doing $1 million a year with Uber. He started with one car, quit his job at a bank, and now has 3 cars. He's doing $1 million a year, building wealth, employing up to 20 people, driving these cars on rotation. But you can just by yourself figure out, that your 5 to 9, your 9 to 5 is going to finance your 5 to 9 dream, right? So your 9 to 5 job is your stability. Then you create a 5 to 9 dream, and maybe that's driving Uber part-time. But my point is that part-time income, portable, created around the flexibility of your life, that's going to be in part the new economy. You're going to have to reimagine how you create value in society. Another example is Primerica, a life insurance company. For $100, you can get a Primerica life insurance franchise for $100. You spent $100 on a bad meal last Friday night. You spent $50 at the club. Okay, you got nothing for that, right? You spent $20 at Starbucks. You don't even know what you got at Starbucks. I'm telling you, for $100, you can start a business. But $35, you can get a notary license from the city of Atlanta. I know guys doing $20,000 a month as a mobile notary. So portable, transferable, aspirational, flexible skills. If you're a plumber, you can make money anywhere. If you're an electrician, you can make money anywhere. If you're a carpenter, you're like Jesus. You are evergreen. You can make money anywhere. You want to make sure, you don't need to go get necessarily a 4-year education and spend $20,000 on student loans. Go get you a 1-year certificate degree in some viable skill and then get to work. But make sure, I'm going to end where I started. Make sure you're not a dinosaur. Make sure you're not expendable. Make sure that you're not somebody that people can throw away. Make sure that, because today the issue, pretty soon, the issue is not love or hate. It's not whether people love you or hate you. Today and going forward, it's really radical indifference. People don't care enough about you to hate you anymore. They just don't want to have anything to do with your drama. Like, I'm not going back to that store when I see those people working there. I'm not doing that. Why would I do that to myself? You have private schools, private roads, private gated communities, private security, private islands, private lives. People are like, whatever. Just keep that mess away from me. All right, I'm trying to prepare you for a new movement that's in the suites, not just the streets. That's about moving thoughts from the neck, thinking from the neck up, a response to life, not the shoulders down, a reaction to life that's not emotional, but it's passionate. It's about purpose and passion and living your truth and not getting even or being angry or being depressed, which will get you nowhere. It's not about rearranging the deck chairs in the Titanic, and it's certainly not about race. The new color today is not white, black, red, brown, or yellow. It's green. I'm trying to help you create some green. My next book's going to help you figure out how to monetize your life, create some sustainability and stability in your life, because that's your ultimate hedge against social injustice. That plus feeling good about yourself. Does economics mean that no one can discriminate against you? Absolutely not. Of course they can. But then it doesn't matter. When you have economic independence, the new form of freedom is self-determination, and you feel good about yourself, here's what you say. It's okay if you don't like me. I like me. It's okay if you don't love me. I love me. It's okay if you don't feel good about me. I feel good about me. But here's the opposite of that. If I don't like me, I'm not going to like you. If I don't feel good about me, I'm not going to feel good about you. If I don't respect me, I'm not going to respect you. If I don't love me, I don't have a clue how to love you. You're with me there, aren't you? There you go. A lot of hearts on that one. Here's the big one. This is the drop the mic. If I don't have a purpose in my life, I'm going to make your life a living hell. Because whatever goes around, comes around. So when somebody's bringing you drama, don't adopt that. Disease is dis-ease. Don't bring that into your life. If I hurt people, hurt people. When somebody's running their mouth at you, they don't know you. They don't claim that stuff. Leave that. That's like toxic energy. Just leave that where you found it. Reverend Murray, Cecil Chip Murray, my play father, told me this. It's not what people call you. It's what you answer to that's important. And never answer out of your name. And then I added, to argue with a fool proves there are two. So I don't go around arguing with stupid people. Somebody wants to call me some choice names every now and then. And I'm just because I want to do it, I'm going to end this by just underscoring like a really crazy example of how you really need to know who you are and be reasonably comfortable in your own skin and walk your own path in this life. Because no one's going to live your life but you and deal with what you created in your life but you. And all these folks having opinions about your life not going to come rescue you when their opinion don't work for you. So when some uninformed person, it don't happen a lot, but sometimes people in these videos don't hear from me what they want to hear. I'm saying things that's inconvenient for their life. I'm telling them to get off their rear end and to save their own life, and that the system can be made to work for them. And for some people, that is just really bad news, because that means they got to reject everything that they're not doing in their life. So here's what they say to me, no matter what common sense I'm making. 1 out of 1,000 comments. It's not a lot, but there's one video I did that has 2.1 million views. It's modern slavery, like 25,000 shares. Every now and then, some fool will say he's a coon. By the way, they don't even know what a coon is. Don't even know what it is. Haven't looked up in the dictionary. But here's my response to that. Okay, let's assume I am a coon, whatever you might think that means. If the coons that you know have 2.6 million clients that are poor and struggling people, and he's helping them, and she's helping them lift their life up. If the coons that you know have put $2 billion of capital in inner city and low wealth communities and soon rural communities to help lift these communities up, if the coons that you know have created an environment for 30,000 people to volunteer their time in 4,000 schools to save our kids, if the folks who you call coons have created public policy to lift people up and have dedicated their lives to help other people, if the people you know who are helping to transform your neighborhood and inspire lives and figure out what they're for, not what they are against, and are bold enough to say, I am me, and you take me or reject me as you will. If that's what a coon is, you need a coon on every corner. Okay? We need to reject stupidity. We need to reject ignorance. Because here's what I know about people who say things like that, and about you who have complaints about you trying to get your education, or trying to work hard, or trying to raise a family, or why aren't you out at the club with them, or why aren't you hanging out at 4 in the morning, why aren't you doing drugs, why aren't you trying to be cool versus and being a fool versus getting a job and taking care of your responsibility, like the black man I saw at the airport tonight taking care of his 2 kids by himself. No, they want to player hate him and say, no, you just need to be out here balling and be a daddy, a baby daddy. What is a baby? No, he's being a father. When people talk that kind of mess, they're not talking about you. They're talking about themselves. You see, because I like what I'm doing better than what other people are not doing. Boom. I like what I'm doing better than other folks are not doing. Here's what I know. And here's the sum total of this video tonight and the subtotal of my whole series, basically. I may not be right, but I know I'm not wrong. This is a radical movement of common sense. This is civil rights, unbought, unbiased, coming to you straight and no chaser, loving you for no good reason other than I love you, because I believe in you, and I believe that the next movement is now, and history is in the making, and you're going to make it. Let's go take our lives back. Drop the mic. I'm out. I'll respond post.